Now, should be live. Then again, probably not. Um, Anyways, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so exactly as advertised on the box, we're gonna play. Should be live. Then again, probably not. Hold on. Review just crap down. Okay, let's try this again. So play this again. You see, it's called Really Shitty Batman, and some of you have already seen this before. And if not, this is a prototype for a Batman game that was never released or never went beyond like the beta stage. So we had our introduction. This is our gameplay. Your B button punches, your A button kicks, your X button jumps, your Y button does. Well, okay. If you down and Y does like a crouching move. It's sort of like a final fight type of thing. And yeah, anyways. Select changes the graphics. Okay, so let's play this. I guess. All right, we'll try and play this. And great. One of the guys is named Alfred for some reason. Because why not? The combat's kind of yeah, combat's combat's kind of weak actually. The fighting's kind of weak, but well, drum. Well, I got that right at least. You can't really fault them. It's like, okay, you could kind of scroll a bit. And yeah, you're probably wondering why there's no sound, because there's no sound. There's no sound whatsoever. Um, it looks like it. You know what? Uh, I don't want to sound like I'm shitting on this because it's just a demo, and I ran out of life and I didn't die, so I guess they didn't program that into the thing. Joker doesn't look too bad except for when he's changing into the other sprite because apparently I guess yeah, it's kind of shit though. No aerial attacks though. That's kind of stupid. Uh, yeah, it's not suggestive at all. And he's dead. Somewhere in Gotham City. So we're somewhere in Gotham City. But probably not the most exciting thing. Actually, you want to know something really interesting? This entire level is sort of modeled after the first level of the original Double Dragon arcade game. Right down to the opening on the wall where a Bobo, or rather the first Abobo, would pop out of. But yeah, you just roam around this stage here, and you have these punkers. They just sort of beat you up for no reason. And that's it. That's the whole demo. 2 levels, uh, rather bland looking title screen, but again, it was a prototype game, so you really couldn't expect much. Yeah, I could sort of see why they would call this. You could sort of see why just animation's kind of slow. You could sort of see why they want to call this really shitty Batman because apparently it wasn't like the development apparently wasn't up to snuff, so they just sort of shit canned it, which is probably a good thing because the I don't know. I don't recall the timeline actually behind this thing, but I don't know if this was before or after Konami eventually got hold of the license, because you know there's that Batman Returns game on the Super Nintendo, which was really a nice little beat 'em up, despite being like a one-player thing. But it's probably one of the more memorable licensed titles, on the Super Nintendo at least. But yeah, as far as this thing goes, I really don't want to shit on it too much because it's just a demo and it's unfinished. It's just the bare bones of what would eventually be like a fully fledged game engine, but not really much you could do with this. It's no music, no sound effects. Um, I'm thinking that blue wall is supposed to be a different color. I can't even jump onto the background platform. That's kind of stupid. It's all the same. They got different names, but it's all the same guy. So I'm guessing they're supposed to be different fighters. But it's just something that's unfinished and unfinished and unpolished. You can't even die. So you know, I mean, I'll tell you one thing. It's kind of interesting to play. It's kind of interesting to play these type of things where you know you have these games that are never released, and eventually they come out in ROM form, and you try them out, and there's sort of an interesting little oddity to check out. But I mean, actually, it's one thing to watch a video on something and get a couple chuckles out of it, but it's certainly another when you actually have to sit down and play it. It's one thing to watch somebody rail on this, like, "Whoa, we're gonna play really shitty Batman. Look at this Batman; it's really, really shitty." And then they make a couple stupid jokes, and you have a couple laughs. And it's one thing it's one thing to do that. It's another thing to actually sit down and play the thing, and you realize this is boring. And I'm probably not doing this thing any proper justice, but I'm just sort of expressing how I'm feeling right now. It's like, I even yawned just a short while ago, and I usually yeah, just did it again. Just invoked that yawn again. I'm just sort of roaming around here. Nobody is throwing a punch. I'm right fucking here, man. Oh, you missed. Anyways. So you just punch, you just kick, you jump, and you have a duck, which I don't think does anything, but yeah, curious to see where they would have went with this though, because I don't know. Oh, kick the Joker. It could be because I'm tired too, so I don't know. Playing something really cheap and stupid and that sort of thing. Alright, so back to the Double Dragon stage, because why not? No batarangs, no grappling hook, none of that stuff, no cool moves. Just a very basic, very bare bones engine. So I'm wondering. Uh, I like that. You're crouching and you still get punched in the face. That's amazing. Yep. So this is really shitty Batman. And it's not something that I would call it, but it's what developers have called it, as you could see from. It's like if I go. Now I'm sort of like doing the same shit over and over again. Real shitty Batman. That's pretty much what they're going for. That's pretty much what they're calling it. So, yeah, I'm just going to keep this one pretty short. So, somewhere down the line, I'll probably do another one of these, like a little long term, and maybe um, we'll try and have a little more varied playlist, I guess. Or, maybe we'll do a Q&A or something if anyone cares for that sort of thing. But this is just me just sort of futzing around, actually. Yeah, that's that pretty much. Um, Not much else to say. And yep. So yep. That's gonna do it for me. I'm gonna start putting up the next review for today. The Tetris arcade game, and that's gonna be up in a few minutes. So there you go. Later.